I was looking for a direction. I was looking for something new. I was looking for some salvation, and I found them all with you. We're going to go to the country, and we're going to do acoustic music.
Tom, okay. This is the first time around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
mean, and of course, this happened, and
that was quite a radical thing to do in 1986, 87.
Yeah.
That's like that's an act of self-sabotage.
I didn't realise it was I read an interview with my manager who just couldn't believe it. I didn't know he couldn't believe it, but he said we just had these huge hits, and he goes away and comes back as Cat Stevens or something. It's like, this wasn't what. And the strange thing was, I started a folk group, a folk rock group, and it was probably 18 months after the Fairport Convention had been dropped by Ireland. Do you know what I mean? It was like, this was the nadir of that time.
Did you feel, looking back, did your talent imbue you with a kind of arrogance that things were going to be okay?
Maybe. Well, I'd had that little bit of success with Kiss Me, and then, you know, there was Ecstasy, which kind of seemed to fuel my vanity. I swore to write just poetry and live upon a hill.
Without fear of any kind of, you know, it might...
Because I didn't think that I was ever going to have a family or children. I thought, I can do this. I can do whatever I want, so long as I keep things simple, you know. But, you know, I was writing songs with people that were hits. I wrote a song for a Japanese group that sold like 1 million records or something. And then I wrote with some Canadians.
What was that record? Tell me about that record.
I have no idea what they were, but I just remember the checks.
And you also wrote a song for a French singer.
Yes, that didn't sound. But, you know, I was writing songs for people, and that my songwriting was earning enough money to bankroll getting, you know, the Lilac Time. And
what was your setup? Tell me about. You had a studio within Air Studios. Tell me
at the point when we started recording, we had the machine that we recorded Astronauts on in my brother's garage in Much Cowan in Herefordshire. So I went there and started recording these songs that I'd written about therapy and about Claire.
Who's Claire?
Claire, I was introduced to Claire, who I married 10 years later or something, by Andy Ross from Food to write together. And I said, we wrote some good songs, and I was doing a gig to promote I Love My Friends at the Princeton Bar in Hamburg. And I said, do you know a double bass player? So I was thinking maybe me and a double bass. And she said, I'll come and play the piano. And then, of course, we started singing together. And it was like, well, this is something else. So then I said, join the Lilac Time. But before that, the day we met, introduced by Andy Ross, was on Bonfire Night in the Spread Eagle. And we might come back to that.
Okay.
Because in the song I Won't Die For You, last night there were fireworks, like you always hoped there'd be. So a lot of the songs on Looking for a Day and a Night are about meeting Claire and inviting her to join the Lilac Time, and thinking this is going to be.
And so you had this. So the Lilac Time was back in business, really, after a fashion.
Well, I don't know what business we were in, but we were together. So we can sing together down a